that is right now, no updates of this today. We're gonna go ahead and go on to B, discussion of ordinance 2025-1199, an ordinance of the city of Mapton, Washington, adopting a new chapter of Mapton Municipal Code to establish special event permitting, providing for severability and establishing an effective date. So I know we had started talking about this at the last meeting. So if you go on to page 20, and if you guys looked over your packet, everything is there. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's something you want to change. This is the time to do it. We have the attorney online. Diane?
No, this is what we talked about
Right.
last time, everything.
How about Vera and Judy? No.
Vera?
Permits for everything we can, like all of you, is that what you're talking about?
Okay, it's on page 20, so it would
I'm
implement.
there.
Mhm.
And is there a reason that we decided we're gonna do this?
I think because the insurance requested that.
All they did?
Mhm. Yeah, this is insurance doing, not my doing. So, and I think they had brought this up earlier in the year. And it's just something we haven't put in place yet, so.
What was that question, Bert?
Well, I asked why, what brought it on? Why are we deciding to do this right now?
So,
You know,
Marty, you might wanna, or Drew, you wanna go ahead and explain why?
I do have to first, I do remember that the attorney who was here last time, he did mention that we can take some of the clauses out of there. It doesn't have to be the way it is. So if you didn't like something, we can take it out.
As, exactly.
So, Madam Mayor, I will defer to Mari to
Paying
kind of,
the employees' wages for any kind of help, police department, any of their wages, that kind of stuff.
So you don't like that, you wanna take that out? Because then I think we have to talk to the union about that, because they are union. And if they have days off on the weekend, we cannot make them work. Of course not.
So every
Of course not, yeah.
event we have, we'll have to have a police officer present?
No, that's gonna be up to you.
Okay.
You know, that'll be up to you if y'all wanna have a police officer. But what I'm saying is that if you know, you guys wanna have the police enforcement there, then, you know, you would just, whatever is going to be on duty, you know, because they are under a CBA. Drew, do you wanna add anything to this?
can everyone hear me?
Just like, we're trying to get a microphone working.
Have you guys any of you guys read it and understand all of it? And don't mind anything in there? Councilman?
I just wanted to hear the explanation why we're doing it for the insurance or our.
Madam Mayor, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, Drew.
Fantastic. My apologies for the technical difficulties. So in terms of the conversations specifically with WCIA, I can turn that component over to Mari, but in terms of my piece as to the need for this, most cities and towns, and the city of Mapton is no exception, permits to have special events occur on city property. Whenever that occurs, there is naturally an attachment of liability, not only to the people who are putting on those events, but back to the city if there isn't something on the books or there isn't language on the codes that essentially requires a organization, a group to indemnify the city if something was to happen. Oftentimes, so what this code does is it sets forth, number one, some legal protections to the city when a special event occurs within the city limits. It also provides certain information and requires the applicant to apply for a permit prior to using city-owned property or city parks, again, to ensure that whatever they are particularly doing is done in a way that limits liability to the city, but also ensures that it's safe for everybody who is actually participating in the event. From the risk pool perspective, and again, recognize that I personally was not in the room in there, I can totally see from their perspective that not having any language regarding special events occurring within the city of Mapton would be a cause for concern. One thing that all the council members should be aware of in terms of what this ordinance does or where this ordinance came from, this ordinance is modeled after the Monroe special events ordinance.
I thought we already had one because us GMA, we have a waiver that they sign, plus you have to have $1 million insurance policy. So, pardon me?
That's the rental of the park.
But the waiver waives, the thing they sign releases any responsibility of the city or us if something should happen. And then why do we carry $1 million policy if it doesn't?
WCRA was requiring us to put a definition of a special event. But after reviewing the special event and what we've had over the years, they wanted us to adopt something, with permitting, the guidelines for that. So that's why we're bringing it to council.
So now they're gonna be charging anybody who's gonna use the park now?
Well, you guys said the fee, council said the fees. So our attorney just took this from Monroe and kind of made it into Mapton's. But if there's stuff that obviously doesn't pertain to Mapton, we can take that out. But we do need to pass something to be in compliance with WCIA on special events.
We already pay a deposit for the rental of the
in the park.
reservation of the park, $75. But that's just,
And then you get it back?
yes, if everything's cleaned up afterwards, yes.
We can keep that, that's fine.
But the language that I didn't like is where it says something about that you guys will figure out what we need, what the people who are trying to hold an event need and charge them accordingly. And if they went over the hour, then they're gonna get billed again. So I mean, on top of what they already thought they've already paid. That's what I don't like. And who's gonna decide what they need here when?
So when you sign up for the park, you have it for the whole day.
Right.
So I mean, you can have it from 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning till, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, midnight. So, I mean, there is no,
And and I don't know, in the past at our events, well, I can say that far back, just the last few years. We've never had or never required city employees to do anything. They did the work they needed to do, say if they had to get dumpsters out or something the day before when they're on shift.
Yeah.
But not during the day, so
so they would still get things ready before. So there'd be dumpsters out there. The morning of, if the officer has to come out. I know I've come out to open the box and the restrooms. But usually, and I know the last couple of years, whoever's on call in the morning, our wastewater, they will come out and open the restrooms, or they will open the electric box. You correct?
Yes.
Yes, so that's what they do.
So I'm okay with having this, we have to have it, it's okay, but the part that I don't like is the part there, you said that who's gonna decide what employees are going to be used and then bill us accordingly, and then if they use more, then gonna be billed some more. That I think needs to be taken out, because they should be, ahead of time, they should know if we're gonna need city employees or not.
Well, I mean, the city employees have prepared for the events the day before. So
Right,
everything is out there.
so then we can take that out of there then.
If you're not gonna need them, you don't have to hire them. Yeah, that can stay there, but if you're not gonna need them, then you would put a
It's not
request in.
just for
Right,
one group, it's
right.
for
Everybody,
everybody as a
yeah.
whole.
Yeah,
There may be times when somebody needs
Someone
to,
might request them.
might request them, or they might need to be called in. In that case, if we have to call somebody in for the CBA, that's overtime, minimum 2 hours.
Right.
So, and that just depends on the person who's on call for that weekend. I mean, wages
So
vary.
how does the city handle it when all your city employees help with the city event? How does that get taken care of?
so we do, sonority, right? Correct? Whoever has worked here the longest, and then as we go on to the next event or dump day or whatever we should have for the city, then if they are in line for the next. We don't have them all out there at the same time.
So you're paying them overtime for that day, instead of doing like comp time,
They cannot do comp.
they
time.
can't do comp time
No.
anymore.
They cannot do comp time.
It's not in the CBA anymore. So we don't have the fee set for this specific permit yet.
Well, that's what we need to determine today.
No, we don't. The per fees?
Permit fee, right, Woody, for that? Or are we just gonna stay with the $75? Yeah, we can stay with $75.
And like Sophie said, if we need to call Public Works out here for something, then all the event gets charged is the reimbursement of their time. So that the city's not paying out of pocket for it.
And that's if the
Yeah.
event people
Mhm.
ask for them to be here.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
In the event
because-
that they
Not
need-
because the city forgot to tell them to do this the day before.
No.
Okay. Okay,
And
thank
how
you.
about if there was an emergency, like nobody wanted them here and then they end up calling the mayor saying, hey, we need somebody to come down. because-
And keep in mind, usually there is an officer, in the afternoon on a Saturday. So, we can make sure that there's always somebody here, if your event's gonna start at, 11, then we'd have to, if you guys want somebody here at 11, then we have to schedule it for them to be here, but then that, where you have to pay. But I think our schedule right now is between 2, 3, and 4. Right now, they're just kind of mixing it up on the hours when they're coming in on weekends. So.
As long as it's only because of the event people ask for them to be there. Okay.
Or you can go out and hire your own security.
Well, you have to do that if you're having alcohol only.
Well, I mean, if you
Yeah,
want,
right, not if for a regular event with no alcohol, you don't have to have
I
security.
mean, but if you want to, save on having somebody at your event, not having police officers, and you just want security to walk around and keep an eye on, what's going on. Then you-
Do that in some
Yeah.
time.
So you can do that too. But because you're not the only organization that has things, I know the churches have had stuff, so that's what we're, not just.
Right, and I'm sure the church would want to know too, and they're gonna get charged, surprise charges that they don't know about either. Anybody wanted to find something.
And how about the vendors? Are they gonna get charged their own permit for being out there, or is that gonna be,
Well, they do get charged that fee already. For vendor.
who charges them, the city or the organizer that's doing it?
Well, so if I'm organizing, I tell them it's 45, they come in and pay it, then the city gets paid out of there.
And the same has happened with that other group in the past. And the organization charges them and then they come pay the city so much for every booth. Nonprofit booth that sells stuff.
And I mean, I think it's only fair because, we can't be letting people just have vending and making money and the city isn't making anything. Other cities are charging way more than $10 for a vendor. Sunnyside.
Sunnyside does.
Oh, yeah,
Sunnyside
Sunnyside's
charges
a
a lot.
couple of $100 because I put up a booth and $300 one year for.
Well, that's not for the
Yeah.
city, that's for the organization that's planning the thingy.
Yes, but you
Yes.
still have to give a portion to the
I
city.
heard they don't pay them, but I don't know. The organization keeps whatever they charge. Because there's like a 3-day event, so they charge whatever, $300. But I don't know if they do or not, but I heard from someone
I
that
think
they
everybody-
don't, but that doesn't really matter, that's them.
Okay, so any other questions, Diane? Sophie? Mary?
No.
No, I just don't wanna make it so hard to anybody that has come here in the past or whatever, it scares, they just don't do it. Cause we wanna make some money here. We wanna have fun here, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Vera.
Okay.
Well,
You
have
know,
events
if you
in the
have,
community.
if you're having an event in the afternoon, the officers are gonna be on duty. They can go through and walk, you know,
Yeah, just like they do the high school games and stuff
yeah,
like that, yeah.
there's no problem with that.
Mhm.
But if you want them here at 11 o'clock and they're not clocked in at 11 o'clock, then that's where you have to pay. You know,
I don't think we had anybody visit.
Well, so say someone said they're having a parade and we want the police department to be in the parade, we have to pay them to be in the parade?
well, that'll be up to them if they wanna come in
Gotcha.
on
Okay.
their free,
Mhm.
you know, without getting paid, because they have to know that they can come in, but they're not gonna get paid.
Mhm. It's like the
And
fire department, they come in, put their trucks in there, I don't think they ask to get paid.
I don't know, I don't know, or you're not under CBA though, correct?
It's different.
They're volunteers,
Mhm.
police department ain't volunteer, they're paid employees under CBA.
I still think they have the right to volunteer if they want.
Oh.
Please.
I've already
Or-
tried,
Or
so
anybody, actually, anybody, if they wanted to. It's not against the rules, right?
CBA, I mean,
I
they
don't
can
know,
put,
is it against the rules that you wanted to volunteer for something?
If a janitor wanted to volunteer, or else they could, but at the school, we have function.
I don't know, that's something that you'd have to take up with the officers, if they wanna
No,
volunteer.
Is it against the CBA?
We'd have to take, ask the union,
Okay.
because I don't think there's anything in any of the CBAs that,
Prohibits you from volunteering.
prohibits us from volunteering or even says that we can volunteer.
Yeah.
Either way.
So when they have national night out, do they get overtime or they volunteer?
They are
Good
paid,
question.
they're paid.
That is their
They're event.
Very event.
event, so why
Yeah.
did they get paid
They-
to have their own event?
They get paid, is my understanding, correct, Marty?
Mhm.
And I believe all officers get paid at any other city. If I'm correct, for their own event.
Well, I'm sure people volunteer at other departments, but us being so small, if we only have one person to volunteer.
Any other questions? Okay. We're gonna go ahead and go on to new business. We're gonna go ahead and table A, Spectrum presentation. They were not able to come in this evening. We're gonna go ahead and go on to B, discussion on the approval of resolution 2025-23. Resolution approving the law enforcement assistance agreement between the city of Mampton and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office for Communication Services. So I don't believe it's gone up much, but Marty, do you have a dollar amount or Sophie?
The new dollar amount is 24,424 for the year. They'll be billing us quarterly, so it'll be 6,106 per quarter,
6,000, what, I'm sorry?
106.
Thank you.
And I don't, off the top of my head, remember the dollar amount, but it didn't go up very much.
Rose, I'm sorry, so how much was the total then? 24,000,
424,
424, okay,
and that's for the full year.
for the year.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Any questions, Diane? Sophie?
I do have a question. I just have a question about. I don't know if we can talk about it here, but we need to talk about it soon. What's going on with our clerk that has been on admin leave?
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about law enforcement. We're.
Oh,
I'm
I thought
asking-
about this, okay. Well, you adjourned it. I wanted to ask something. Okay.
Well, we're
No,
not able
this
to talk about that, so sorry. Mary, do you have anything?
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
And I would like to be able to add that at some agenda soon, so we can talk about what's going on, because it's been a
Drew?
while now.
can you tell her that we are not able to talk about that? Not even bring it up in a council meeting right now, please?
I mean, add it to the next agenda for we can't do it under, executive session? We did in the past with other
We can't
people.
right now. I'm still under- Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Do you have any questions on this?
That was the reason
So,
we need to-
okay. We're gonna go ahead and, adjourn this meeting at 6:20.